A new company with a lot of history, GIS Engineering has rapidly grown its brand around an experienced team of professionals. GIS Engineering is a full-service planning, engineering, procurement, and construction management company specializing in coastal protection and restoration, upstream and downstream industrial, and transportation infrastructure projects. Putting people first, GIS Engineering, a new company with a lot of history.
Everybody, welcome into Going Public. I am Harry McCullough. This week, we talked to the Houma-Terrebonne Airport Commission, and our guest today, Joshua Alford, is the chairman, and Ed Jarvis, the executive director. Thanks so much, guys, for being with us. This is one of my favorite segments every time we do it, because I learned something new about what's going on at the airport. And a lot of it goes back to 1940, right?
Right.
And then we'll be talking about some of that coming up. But we have such a rich history there, going back to the blimp base, why we built that airport, and to what we're seeing it become. This is always a great segment. We need to start off with a little congratulations. We have a new chairman, so tell me about that.
I appreciate it. Well, I appreciate the congratulations, but it really won't be due until we get some stuff done. And I feel like we've been working toward a lot of goals these last couple of years. I've been on there for, I think it's 9 years, and been working toward the investment for the UAS, drones, that kind of thing, for quite some time. And once we get there, which we're right on the cusp, we're going to talk about these different programs that we're headed towards. And hopefully, I know with the government shutdown, it may slow it, but possibly by the end of this year, we'll figure out whether or not we're one of 5 essentially test sites. And maybe I'm saying that incorrectly. I'll have Ed correct me, but if chosen, that will come with funding and the opportunity to designate airspace for companies and government alike to fly their prototypes in designated airspace off of our airbase, which we're prime for that, right? Because we're in the middle of nowheres, but we have infrastructure built out. A lot of these test sites are set up in the middle of nowheres, and they have to build the infrastructure. With us, we have the platforms and the 5G and the fiber optic going out to the Gulf of Mexico. So really, we're perfect for this opportunity, and especially with the amount of traffic coming off the airbase. You know, I say it every time I come on here, we are the largest heliport in the world, and that's something Houma should be proud of.
Oh, yeah.
And we want to not only maintain it, but we want to get a lot bigger and bring more opportunities to this area to diversify our economy.
Yeah, no doubt. And we'll see some exciting things, some possibilities down the road. Ed, as we're talking about, up to 1,400 employees if we can get everything down the road. So exciting.
We're going to be bigger than that.
Yeah.
That's just the starting point.
Right. Awesome. But that would make you one of the bigger employees around the area. So,
absolutely.
Ed, we talked about, Donald Trump and Doge at one time was taking funding away. Now we may be getting it and I don't want to get ahead of your presentation, being a big drone thing. And we think what we're seeing in Russia and Ukraine right now, and with that battlefield and those drones and the way it's changed the world, there's some urgency to wanting to get some of this done. So we'll see that down the road. Yep. Ed, let's start with what you started with, though, and with your presentation and the taxiway Foxtrot.
Yeah, so, the airbase was built 1940. It's now 2025. The concrete.
We can make 100. Let's go.
It's kind of gotten to the point where it needs to be replaced. Mm-hmm. And so anybody that goes to the grocery store today knows what the price of things are. Every time I get 4 little bags of groceries, and she says $90, I'm like, I hardly got anything. Well, so our concrete is probably our biggest expense. And so we've had to take these projects, instead of trying to take them and do them all at one time, we've had to break them up into as many as 4 or 5 segments because, we're competing with the money with other airports, and there's only so much money to go around. And depending on what you're actually doing, there's a priority. So obviously, if we were replacing the runway, that's number one priority. When you're doing taxiways or aprons, that's a little down the food chain. So a couple of years ago, we did the first segment of taxiway Foxtrot. In your picture there, you'll see it in red. That was completed. The next phase that we were supposed to do was in the green section, but when talking to FAA, they said, hey, we might have a little bit more money, so why don't you combine that? And that's what we did. And lucky for us, we were able to get the $4.5 million that we needed to basically start this project. I'm anticipating sometime in the fall. They'll have about 240 days to do it. And we've already lent out the contract, so it's just a matter.
By this time next year, we should see that.
Yeah, it should be done hopefully by that time. So again, that's a major accomplishment to get.
What's interesting, real quick, is when they go to break up the 1940s concrete, it breaks the machines.
Oh, yeah.
But
That's how strong it
the
is.
concrete that's newer that we rip up and replace breaks up, no problem at all. So it's pretty crazy to think about.
Oh, yeah. And I guess, Ed, you were telling me that normally they do it in 35 feet width.
Right. If
This is 50 something.
Yeah,
right?
this is 50 feet. If you're a general aviation airport, normally the FAA doesn't fund it wider than 35. But because this was a prior military base,
Right.
HTEC made a corporate decision to keep the 50 feet. And so the FAA said, okay, well, we're only going to pay for 35, and you guys will have to pick up the 15. Luckily, we have a good rapport with our state aviation,
They're helping us out.
and they're helping us out to actually pick that cost up.
All right, let's stop right there. We'll take a break. When we come back, the rest of the presentation right here on Going Public.
Sea Level Construction is a heavy civil contractor that provides turnkey services for the industrial and marine industries. From building large-scale infrastructure to installing the foundation for expansion projects, Sea Level and its family of companies offer a wide range of capabilities including driven piles, drilled deep foundations, structural fabrication, structural concrete, marine construction, barge maintenance and repair, site work development, heavy equipment repair services, and electrical services. Call Sea Level Construction to set the foundations for your next big project.
Located at 5004 Imperial Drive in Houma, April and Iris is a must-see for those looking for exquisite home decor and gifts. Owned by April Boudreau, along with her talented design team, there is no lack of detail to enhance your shopping experience. April and Iris has all your decor needs.
Come in today and let us help you complete your design vision. It's what we do.
April and Iris, Homa's newest home interior and gift store, where decor and inspiration meet and fulfill all your design needs.
Terrebonne Parish School District is now hiring bus drivers. A valid CDL is required. If you don't have a CDL, we have paid training available. You must be able to pass a medical health exam and a drug test. Our salary range is very competitive with similar jobs starting at $26 per hour. Benefits include free health insurance and retirement. Contact the TPSD Transportation Office at 876-7400 or apply online at www.tpsd.org. Terrebonne Parish School District is now hiring bus drivers. A valid CDL is required. If you don't have a CDL, we have paid training available. You must be able to pass a medical health exam and a drug test. Our salary range is very competitive with similar jobs starting at $26 per hour. Benefits include free health insurance and retirement. Contact the TPSD Transportation Office at 876-7400 or apply online at www.tpsd.org.
A new company with a lot of history. GIS Engineering has rapidly grown its brand around an experienced team of professionals. GIS Engineering is a full-service planning, engineering, procurement, and construction management company specializing in coastal protection and restoration, upstream and downstream industrial, and transportation infrastructure projects. Putting people first, GIS Engineering, a new company with a lot of history.
Everybody, welcome back into Going Public. Harry McCullough here. The Houma-Terrebonne Airport Commission the chairman is Joshua Alford, and Ed Jarvis, the executive director. Ed, let's pick up. I didn't realize y'all didn't have a beacon out there since the Ida.
Yeah, unfortunately during Ida, the beacon decided to leave the tower, and for some strange reason, it's taken us a little over 3 years to get the funding back in. And I say that's unusual because, 74% of our operations are helicopters. And most helicopters, most of the time, work under visual flight rules. So the beacon is, at nighttime, one of those things that you see. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can see the beacon sometimes 40 miles out if the weather is such. And they just come in on the beacon and, land.
Yeah. So is that up and running now?
That contract just got awarded. Okay. And once, so yes, it's been awarded. They have 45 days for completion.
I got you.
So they've ordered the beacon. We already have the site. They've ordered the tower. And the tower, instead of being non-removable, will be on a brake system so that we can bring it down if the winds get to a certain level.
Is that technology the same? And I don't want to get into weeds about light, but
it's changed only that it's an LED now.
Well, that's actually what I was going to ask about.
Yeah, the old bulbs just are not being made anymore.
I'll have to get in and replace it.
Yeah.
And we changed out all of our runway lighting a couple years ago to LED as well.
I got you.
Yep.
So the West Ramp reconstruction?
Yeah, the West Ramp is another one of those projects that's got 1940 concrete. Initially, when we looked at this thing, it was going to cost us almost $30 million to do the whole apron. Again, this...
A lot of concrete.
Well, not only is it a lot of concrete, but this is weight structured for 150,000 pounds per square inch in terms of weight capacity, which is unbelievable. So that concrete's about 11 to 13 inches thick. And so that's a lot of cement.
That's not even a runway, right? That's
Yeah. And so, again, we had to break this down into phases. Luckily, after COVID, the price of concrete is a lot cheaper, so it's not quite as bad. But we did lose about $5.5 million of our funding that they call congressional community funding, because when the new president came in, he stopped everything to reassess who was getting money, and unfortunately we lost that. So,
all right. So like I say, hopefully when we unleash the drone dominance, we'll get some of that back.
Yeah.
Different. All right, the future UAS campus, which again is at the unmanned drone campus, and this is exciting times too.
Yeah, so we have been working for numerous years to, at one point we were going for a test facility for UAS. In fact, in the 2024 authorization, Section 937 has, it almost reads Houma without saying Houma. But again, priorities always change when new president, new administration comes in, and the president has come in and he signed an executive order wanting us to get out in front of drones a lot quicker. And of course, part of that was the executive order, and it's called Unleashing American Drone Dominance. And basically from the date that he signed that, he gave the FAA 90 days to get that out on the street. And it has some core areas that he wants folks to look at and to partner up with. And so they're initially in December going to name 5 sites.
You're pretty confident we might be one of those
We are
5.
pretty confident, but
But we're not.
sure.
We're not taking it lightly.
Oh, no. But
We're actually lining up a meeting.
almost shovel ready here, though, right?
Yes, sir. So Glenn Leday, who was appointed Secretary of DOTD, I've spoken to him to line up a meeting with us and the governor so that this can be a state-sponsored project. We would be submitting it on behalf of the state, but it would be submitted as Louisiana State, and we would be the point of contact.
Right.
Because that'll make it a lot stronger. And also having the governor reach out to his contacts, because with our representation we have in Washington right now, there's no reason we shouldn't be getting this. So if anybody watching wants to make a call to some of our congressional delegation on the federal level, even on the state and local level, this is what we've been pushing toward for the last 9+ years, and it's our opportunity to lose. We've checked every single box. We have done everything we possibly can to set ourselves up for this opportunity. And the original test site, we're still not giving up on. It's just that we're shifting to this one because it's the most, I guess, we can get it a lot sooner than the test site that was alluded to by Ed, that was passed in the FAA Reauthorization Act.
Right. So there's what you were describing almost describes Houma, right? The logistics and supply part.
Yeah.
As you read that service on part of the air dominance. So again, I think a lot of that is coming from what we're seeing in war. The Ukrainians are really out there by necessity, but I think our military is also going, we got to watch what's going on.
Well,
absolutely.
and the new technology is pushing 2 of our biggest tenants, both Bristol and PHI, to look at this technology. So they're going to be some of the first people to implement it around the country.
Yeah.
And they've ordered it.
That's awesome. And then let's take another break, and then more great stuff coming up, including our governor, into what you guys are doing. So we'll take a break. We'll be right back on Going Public.
Led by a 7-member commission, the Terrebonne Port was created to assist our local industry in promoting economic development. We monitor government regulations that affect our local industry and work with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to secure maintenance dredging funds. Because the HNC is the main artery for the heartbeat of Terrebonne's economy, Terrebonne Port fights a constant battle for funding to maintain the federally authorized navigable depth. We are now leasing waterfront and non-waterfront property. Terrebonne Port Commission, serving our industry to keep Terrebonne thriving.
Sea Level Construction is a heavy civil contractor that provides turnkey services for the industrial and marine industries. From building large-scale infrastructure to installing the foundation for expansion projects, Sea Level and its family of companies offer a wide range of capabilities including driven piles, drilled deep foundations, structural fabrication, structural concrete, marine construction, barge maintenance and repair, site work development, heavy equipment repair services, and electrical services. Call Sea Level Construction to set the foundations for your next big project.
Located at 5004 Imperial Drive in Houma, April and Iris is a must-see for those looking for exquisite home decor and gifts. Owned by April Boudreau, along with her talented design team, there is no lack of detail to enhance your shopping experience. April and Iris has all your decor needs.
Come in today and let us help you complete your design vision. It's what we do.
April and Iris, Homa's newest home interior and gift store, where decor and inspiration meet and fulfill all your design needs.
In South Louisiana, storms are a way of life. Every storm poses a different threat, whether from flooding or hurricane-force winds. At All South Consulting Engineers, we help protect our people from these disasters. Before a storm, we work with our leaders to prevent catastrophic damage. After the storm, we help get the resources needed for rebuilding. We have helped our cities, parishes, and school boards recover over $2 billion to rebuild our community. We'll be here for the next one.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Going Public. Harry McCullough here. Joshua Alford and Ed Jarvis with the Houma-Terrebonne Airport Commission. Thanks for being here. Hey, Ed, take us through the executive order from Governor Landry, and I think Josh had mentioned it. You guys are really wanting to get the state involved to what we're doing here. It's not just Houma-Terrebonne anymore, it's the state, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, in fact, this is a continuation of an executive order from the prior governor that back in 2017. And when Governor Landry came in, he basically agreed with what we were trying to do, and he signed. And it's like a continuous between two governors. So that's a great thing about it. And it basically designates Houma as the center of the universe for the state of Louisiana to do testing on UAS. And
it essentially helps us get our politics correct, right?
Yep.
When we're asking for money from the feds, they're not going to worry that it's going to be fought over when it comes to us. So it kind of shows that we have our cards in alignment.
But having the governor backing us, and he's got
exactly
people. We got to get our senators right. Did you just say that Texas may get all 5 of these
they are
sites?
asking for it. Senator Ted Cruz has been very successful in getting a lot of FAA money to Texas. Like the test site we first talked about, there were 2 test sites that were put in the FAA Reauthorization Act. One of them went to Corpus Christi, and they're also going for all of these.
Right.
So that's why we need to get our delegation on board, because, again, it's our opportunity to lose.
Call our senators.
And just speaking to this executive order, when Governor John Bell Edwards signed it years ago, that's at the same time we got our first EDA grant, which was about $1.3 million, if I'm remembering correctly, which really kicked off this whole program.
Right.
We were fighting for it before then, but that's really the first big win that we had.
Yeah, we really got to get across the goal line, to use a sports analogy.
We do.
But
and
we've been ready. We're in the fourth
Governor
quarter.
Jeff Landry, I have to give a shout out to him. He's been extremely involved in trying to work with our federal delegation to get this to Louisiana, because he knows this is not just a Houma-Terrebonne play. It is a Louisiana play.
Right. Okay, so what else you got on infrastructure there? You got the mini campus?
Yeah, the mini campus is just, again, as we've found money, we've put it down, we've laid it out. We don't have the buildings yet, but, everything is there. Right, electricity and stuff like that. So you can go to the next slide. This is another view of what the campus will look like. And then the next slide.
And just to mention, before I forget, Governor Landry's been very involved, but so has Senator Mike Fessy. He got us $3 million 2 years ago. And also Congressman Higgins, I've talked to him on the phone. He knows exactly what we're going for. He's also trying to incorporate defense into it, because he is on the committee for Homeland Security. So everyone is very up to date and involved. Senator Cassidy, very involved, and actually was a big proponent of having the Fletcher program take off, where Charlie Hammond's hangars were. They took those over and have essentially a mechanical school for PHI in Bristow to pull employees from. So
right. No, we're ready.
Have to give kudos to all those guys.
Sure, Cassidy, Kennedy.
Because they all know instinctively what's going on.
They certainly have been supportive. And of course, we're supporting the gas and energy industry.
Sure.
So all of these major companies have a vested interest in what we're doing and want us to be successful, because we're going to lay the groundwork for how these aircraft are going to operate in the national airspace system.
Yeah, they got Elon Musk over there building all kind of stuff. Let them do the rockets. Give us the drones, all right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go all the way to the last one, if you don't mind, by the numbers for the future of what we're looking at.
Yeah, so this is a study that the Louisiana Department of Transportation did in 2025, so it's this year. And it basically shows that there are 1,260 jobs on the airport, and it's related to about a $62.3 million payroll. That's as of today. You know, we have 4,000 plus companies, people, airports, industrial park. It supports over 10,000 jobs offshore. And basically, to this parish, $303.8 million coming in a year.
What an economic driver.
Yeah, and the UAS, which is the future campus, we're predicting 400 to 1,400 additional employees, a $31 million additional payroll impact, and an output of about 106 million on top of the 303.8. So.
And Josh says that's just the beginning, right?
Oh, absolutely.
That's just a start.
I think just the 2025 numbers are a little super conservative.
Right. Well, guys, appreciate the update. We always learn something great.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for having us.
Yep.
That's Going Public. I'm Harry McCullough. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
A new company with a lot of history, GIS Engineering has rapidly grown its brand around an experienced team of professionals. GIS Engineering is a full-service planning, engineering, procurement, and construction management company specializing in coastal protection and restoration, upstream and downstream industrial, and transportation infrastructure projects. Putting people first, GIS Engineering, a new company with a lot of history.